Hello, it is fantastic to be back in the incredible Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. What a group of passionate patriots. You don't look deplorable or irredeemable or chumps to me. You look positive, optimistic, and ready to win. 4 years ago, when I was campaign manager for Trump-Pence, we called Pennsylvania our reach state. No Republican has won Pennsylvania in 28 years, Kellyanne. It's the girl that got away. It's Republican fool's gold, said one reporter on the set of a show with that air of ignorance and arrogance that permeates so much of those who lecture us, little people. I politely walk through how we could beat the odds and change the arc of Republican presidential fortunes in Pennsylvania. Key to winning Pennsylvania then and now were visits by Donald Trump. These weren't the promises of a typical politician. These were commitments to the forgotten men and forgotten women, to the working class, those working in energy jobs, in manufacturing, the private trade unions like the cousins and friends I grew up with in New Jersey. The outsiders who were looking at the glass with their nose pressed against it and saying, what about me? When is it my turn? And like you, the outsider, now the outsider incumbent Donald Trump, is here to win again in Pennsylvania. I remember coming to Valley Forge, Pennsylvania on November 1st with Trump and Pence, and they delivered a healthcare speech, and then we went to a Wawa. I remember that. Number one trending story on Philly.com for a while. I remember coming back on November 4th, that Friday, and introducing Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania and said, on Tuesday night, when they call the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for Donald Trump, they will call Donald Trump the President of the United States. And you delivered. You delivered. You know, you saw the president here in Pennsylvania yesterday. You'll see him again this weekend. He's got the same joy on the job, the same love of this country, love of this state, love of her people. Yet he also has a record of progress, a vision for the future, battling through a once-in-a-century pandemic, a recovering economy that will be restored to historic levels again. Other presidents start new wars. This president has rebuilt the military. Other presidents and vice presidents watched while our veterans were literally waiting, dying for care. This president has made sure that our veterans are taken care of, better resourced, and more deeply respected. Other presidents and vice presidents delivered the biggest lie of the last 10 or 11 years. You can keep your plan, you can keep your doctor. While this president is delivering, through Operation Warp Speed, record-breaking therapeutics and vaccines to mitigate and then eventually eradicate this pandemic. Something else phenomenal and decisive happened 4 years ago here in Pennsylvania. A special guest traveled to Berwyn, Pennsylvania to deliver a passionate and persuasive address on behalf of Donald Trump. Little hint, she too is a Trump. She's also an incredibly independent and accomplished woman with amazing political instincts. Her visit 5 days before Election Day in 2016 was absolutely, incontrovertibly essential to winning the state and winning the election. And today is the sequel to that original visit. Melania Trump is here to do it again. As the First Lady will demonstrate so eloquently, this election is a choice. I've looked at the ballot. It doesn't say Trump, not Trump. It's not a referendum on tweets and tone. It's not up or down on this or that. It's a choice. It's a choice between a candidate who's described a dark winter and a president who is promising a bright future. It's a choice between one who apologizes for America and one who puts America and Americans first. It's a choice. It's a choice by one who has propped up by the radical left and one who stands up for the American people. A choice between shipping jobs and wealth overseas, raising taxes, crippling regulations, and hurting small businesses, surrendering our energy independence to foreign dictators, and a president who cuts taxes, reduces regulations, makes us energy independent, and brings back our factory jobs. It is a choice between a president who, facing a once-in-a-century pandemic, took swift and unprecedented action to shut down travel from China and Europe, surged supplies like ventilators, gowns, masks, gloves, trillions of dollars to the states, and one who stayed inside, one who, when he had to preside over a pandemic, didn't do such a great job. It is a choice between somebody who, people who speak for him say he'll pack the Supreme Court, and one who just last night swore in Amy Coney Barrett. It's also a choice, ladies and gentlemen, in Pennsylvania, between a career politician who always made sure he had a steady income and top-shelf health care while his votes put your jobs and your benefits at risk. It's a choice between 47 years of inertia and 47 months of action. Only President Trump, who oversaw the blue-collar boom of record-low unemployment, record-low poverty, and record-high income, can lead us out of this pandemic. Joe Biden oversaw the slowest recovery since World War II. Biden has no good energy plan for Pennsylvania, and really, no good energy whatsoever. Pennsylvania, this election is about principles, not personalities. It's about policy, not politics. The stakes are very high. This is about freedom, your freedom. If each of you tells 20 people you know why you support Trump and Pence for re-election, that could be the difference. That is the difference in this election. I know many of you, I coined the term undercover hidden Trump voter in 2016 to international derision. Thank you, everybody who insulted that and didn't take it seriously and doesn't again. But it's true. You're not putting signs in your yard as much. People aren't putting stickers on the bumper because winning finishes a lot of sentences, solves a lot of problems. You won last time, just go win again. Don't listen to the big mouth, big pocketed people who are telling you what to believe, who you are, how to vote. We can't take this for granted. We can't turn over the reins to a politician who people are having a hard time saying what 2 or 3 things he has done to make measurably and consequentially improve their lives over 47 years. Cue the Jeopardy clock when you ask the question. President Trump doesn't sound or act like a politician because he isn't one. He was sent to Washington, D.C. by Pennsylvanians like you to fight for us every single day. Only an outsider can deliver the kind of energy independence and lower prescription drug costs and a rebuilt military. And yes, school choice and charter schools, which your own governor is standing in the way of expanding. Most importantly, only an outsider incumbent can actually see what's affecting the American people. And no issue underscores that more than something that's rankled our nation and rankled the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the drug crisis. While Joe Biden was vice president, there was a 72% increase in drug overdose deaths. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump has made this a signature central issue. And under their leadership, because they helped raise awareness, raise money, we had a completely bipartisan piece of legislation and a decline in drug overdose deaths for the first time in 30 years. It's funny you say that, because how to introduce a woman who needs absolutely no introduction? I think I'll do it by just reminding us all of a few facts. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump are not your typical political couple, doing this for fame or fortune, position or power. They had all of that. Each of them had built successful careers. They were self-made entrepreneurs. They did not need this, but we did. They love the country and her people. They are doing it for you, Pennsylvania and America, at a high cost of privacy, fortune, and they have worked tirelessly at it for 4 years. Not only do we need 4 more years of Trump-Pence, but with that comes 4 more years of First Lady Melania Trump, too. She is a loving, involved mother, an incisive political talent, her husband's closest confidant, and a First Lady that is devoted to the well-being of our nation's children and our nation overall. Her visit to Pennsylvania 5 days before the election in 2016 made the difference to winning the state and to winning the election overall. So remember, when you hear 4 more years, that's 4 more years of Melania too. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome to the stage our First Lady, Melania Trump.